Top of the AM, top of the AM, top of the AM. Salute to everybody out there. Hope everybody's good. All high salute. We're going to get into this, man. We're going to get into this. We're going to talk about this. I seen recently about what went on at No Jumper. What up, Big Matthew? How you doing, brother? I seen, and you guys give me your opinion on this, because it kind of, I don't know, bro, kind of pissed me off on me how fools, are very hypocritical when it comes to the limelight about race and shit, right? To be honest, homie, it kind of fucking rubbed me the wrong way. I'm gonna tell you like this, homie. Let me sip this coffee. We'll get a couple people in here. Mile high salute to the riders. How you doing, Matthew, this morning on this beautiful Thursday? I just waking up, getting the house settled, knocking out some chores. Yeah, I'm just chilling, bro. But we'll get to it, right? So when I think about it, bro, 2025, homie, like 2025, there shouldn't be any excuse for anybody to disrespect somebody over a skin color, bro. And I think people try to sweep shit under the rug for certain people because they don't want to disrespect certain ethnic groups and racial aspect because of all the shit that's taken place over the years and life, right? Big George, what's up, my brother? And the reason why I'm bringing this up, because this shit right here, bro, such a hypocritical situation, because these dudes on this No Jumper show, a little bit back, they were talking about the fool OT Genius, basically about a podcast. And these fools all had a problem because where he comes from, these fools, they say the N-word, right? And it's norm to them. They never was taught that it was, you know what I'm saying, a bad situation. While he tells these dudes, just got done. We'll put up shout out. Yeah, man, mile high salute. He tells these dudes, bro, this is how I talk, and ain't nobody gonna change it up. And he looks at people in the room, and basically, he says, and ain't nobody in here gonna do anything about it. Well, the internet exploded. I'm talking about TikTok to YouTube. Everybody was in an uproar because they said that OT Genius, or whatever his name is, disrespected the black community, right? And they were tripping. I'm talking about everybody talked about this on a podcast and made the little dude out to be, racist. Now, I understand from his point of view because that's how he grew up. Nobody ever said that was wrong, and that's what he did. Now, I'm not justifying, you know what I'm saying, how the younger generation talks nowadays, because I think it sounds ratchet as fuck. But they made old boy out to be this big ass racist, bro, and they blew it up out of proportion. Homie, and they disrespected this dude. And then the dude P-Face, because when he was 14 years old, he gets into it with some fools that's disrespecting the Mexicans, right? And he gives them the same energy, bro. And they clipped that shit and they made this dude out to be racist, where they were telling this fool he needed to be DP'd, took off the hood, that he's a racist, right? This is something that he did when he was a young dude at 14, right? And all these fools from No Jumper, they all have something to say about it. Everybody was tripping on this. Every podcast was tripping on this. What up, Selena? Who gives a damn about No Jumper? If you don't like it, bro, kick rocks. Like, I'm not in it to argue with you right now. Kick rocks if you don't want to hear this, because we gonna set it off right now. That's what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? So if you don't want to hear this, just unclick from the video, because that's what you're gonna hear. There ain't no football talk today. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about the situation at hand. So they disrespect this dude. They go in on this fool, homie, and they make a big situation. Now, all reality, homie, like they have the situation that they can, you know what I'm saying? If they felt that way, they should, you know what I'm saying? however you feel, speak on business and stand confirm on your conviction, homie. You know what I'm saying? But everybody was in an uproar. Everybody was in an uproar, homie. And I'm talking about everybody was mad. The black community was mad. Thugs was mad. Even some of the fools in Texas was mad, homie. They were tripping on it. So I get a clip about this situation, right? I get a clip from it. And I get to watching it. And there's a disrespectful dyke. A dyke. Somebody that thinks that she's a man, homie. She got roasted by the youngster, the little Mexican fool. Got roasted, homie. And she starts going to the racial card right away, bro. Like straight just disrespecting the whole Mexican descent. Disrespecting paisas, disrespecting all the raza, disrespecting the Mexican descent, homie. And all these fools is over here being hypocritical, laughing, bro. When they should have cut the show short for any racial aspect, but you can't put it past what No Jumper does. They like to race bait, homie. Now, I'm going to say like this, bro. All these fools are some marks for just laughing, homie, because the little Mexican fool, he's back against the wall, bro, because if he gets on some racial shit, all these fools are going to trip on him. I mean, they push this little dude in the corner where she's allowed to disrespect the whole Mexican descent and trip. And these fools think it's funny. All these fools think it's funny. That's why No Jumper is some bullshit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And regardless, homie, if you a real one, you think you understand how disrespectful that shit is, bro. Talking about this youngster, bro, that's back against the wall already. Start talking about his race, bro. Start talking about paisas and disrespecting, just kind of doing the stereotypes. And it's like, homie, y'all are some weirdos for this, bro, because when this shit occurred with all the other shit, with the Mexicanos and all them fools was tripping over this shit, bro, everybody has something to say. Every podcast has something to say, homie. And I'm saying what's good for the goose is good for the gander, right? But not in reality, because it's hypocritical out here when it comes to the racial aspect, bro. Like, I'm not going to stand and say that's okay. I don't give a fuck, bro. Disrespecting somebody, bro, because of their racial aspect, bro, is not cool. So let's watch this, homie, because I thought this shit was some lame. What's good with y'all, man? And you know what I'm saying? It's just uncalled for, homie. It's all called for, bro. Like, you just disrespected because you got clown. First off, homegirl, you're not a man. You know what I'm saying? Sit your dumb ass down, homie. You don't got a penis between your legs. And then second of all, because you're getting roasted, you're going to go to just disrespecting the Mexicans, bro. Like, you a weirdo for that shit, bro. And every single one of these fools, the ones that didn't stop that shit, bro, y'all some marks for that shit too. Y'all some lames for that shit, for letting that shit go. Because if it was the other way around and this little dude started disrespecting because of some racial aspect, bro, them fools would have been at that fool's helmet. They would have shut off that shit, and everybody would have been talking about that shit, talking about how he was a racist little fool. But since it's on the other foot, she not, you know what I'm saying? She allowed to say whatever she want. Homie, call this fool out of his name. And it's all because he disrespected her necklace and jewelry, bro. Are you kidding me? That shit is weirdo shit, bro.
Brother, you not, because you act like you can't understand what I'm saying, man.
Genetically, it's not his dad.
I'm finna get frustrated in here talking to you, man.
Stepdad may be his dad.
No, I'm telling you, his stepdad ain't his dad because he has a relationship with his real father. And plenty of relationships,
and that's
such as me. My stepdad raised me. He wasn't my biological father, but that is my father.
That maybe
I'm not downplaying.
I'm not saying what I'm saying.
Acted as your
yeah, right now they're having a civilized conversation, bro. Like, they're just having a conversation. And she's mad. Honestly, I feel like she's mad because he's saying basically, bro, you could never be a stepdad, bro. You're a fucking woman, homie. Like, stop that shit. And I think she got offended by that shit. That's why she took it to a whole nother level, bro.
father. But if you was able to pass your down,
I know what I call that man. I know what I call that man.
We can bring Maury right now, have him do whatever test he wants. That is not your biological father.
I'm gonna go roll me a blunt.
That may be your stepfather. We can bring Maury in here right now. Biologically, he'll bring the test back, and that will not be your biological father.
That
may be your stepfather. But biologically, on paper, if we brought Maury in here,
listen to me.
Let's bring Maury out of retirement.
Let's bring him in here. Would I call another person my dad?
That is not your biological father.
See, you missing the whole point.
That's all.
See, you more focused on trying to make me wrong instead of addressing the real issue. Take care of your kids. That's it.
There are a lot of my people out there that aren't taking care of their kids, but that doesn't steer away from the fact that your stepfather is not your biological father, and that's all we're saying. We're not taking away the fact that he bought you whatever he bought you growing up. Why are you walking away, Cat? Cat, don't walk away. I do want to say, I don't want to come off wrong, right, brother? I'm not taking away the fact
that he's still trying to be civilized, people. See, that's the thing about it. He was still trying to be civilized. Like, he's still trying to have a conversation about some logical shit. And she's all in her feelers, bro. Like, she's all the way in her feelers. And this dude that's sitting on the couch, the fool that's next to this guy, the black dude, not the fool in the shorts, not the fool in the orange shorts, but the other dude, he was caught with a tranny. So I don't even know why he's even there. That's what I'm saying. Is no jumper's just a big ass circus, bro.
Or a mother, and you.
I'm not a mother. You gonna be a mother before me?
Wait, what?
Damn, so she got mad because
mother parent.
The food in the black shirt right here, he was good at tranny.
No, my wife called me Papa. My wife called me Papa.
All I was saying was you won't be a biological parent. That's all I'm saying. You will be a parent.
Listen to me.
And I'm not taking that away from you.
Listen to me.
I commend you for that because a lot of people can't be parents.
Listen to me. Listen to me.
That's
like me saying you got a little ass chain on. You ain't no real nigga. Man, you ain't no real man.
I never said
you ain't no real man. Okay, listen. Okay, what I'm saying. It is the same.
I never
it is the same. It is the same. It is the same.
Buy a big chain.
It is the same.
You buy a biological daughter. You can't buy a biological daughter.
We have went over that my dick don't make no babies. What the f is wrong with y'all? My shalom can't get a bitch pregnant. What the f are we talking about? But I'm telling, bro, these black problems, and my stepdaddy is my daddy, and that's more common in the black family than what the fuck y'all motherfuckers talking about. And y'all not gonna make me feel no motherfucking way about it. Listen to me.
He's not passing no genes down.
Listen to me, man. It don't matter. It don't matter. It don't matter. My child in 2025, my child's last name is gonna be a baby hell for 1 month.
Wait, hold on, Cat. I'm gonna school the out you real quick. You trying to argue with us, arguing with you about being gay. You trying to argue with men about how we biologically pass down genes.
So I'm gonna say like this, bro. A lot of times, homie, this is the thing, and I'm gonna be real, homie. That is in the neighborhood, homie. I know many fools from every different ethnic groups that are not in the fucking homes, homie. That don't have nothing to do with the ethnic group. Now, I'm gonna say like this, yeah, there's a big situation with the black community, but it goes around all the aspects, homie. So like, she's saying this is black problems, bro. They're all having a discussion, and you're basically saying on a podcast, there's everybody on here, homie. You're trying to make it a racial issue, homie. You're a weirdo for that shit. You caused this whole shit and then decided to get racist because they're saying basically you're basically a woman, homie. You're a woman. And see how she flipped it? She got mad because they pointed out that she was a woman, homie. And she got pissed because she wants to be a dude.
That's what you do. What I'm telling you,
you arguing with
you need to be talking to them. They don't take care of their kids, bro. What are we talking about? You need to talk about these pussy niggas that need to take care of their kids. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all niggas don't want to address the real issue. You niggas ain't been providing. Y'all got stuff. No, hold on. Can I talk or no? Can I fucking talk or no?
Not even talking about that.
Can we talk or no?
But now that
what's that? George Lopez. Can I talk?
See, George Lopez. What was the point of that? What was the point of that? She felt like she was getting roasted, so she automatically just said George Lopez. Like she got racial right away. Like she felt like she was losing the argument, so she went to George Lopez, homie. What does this even have to do with anything? They're talking about a whole different subject at matter, but she decided that she was in her feelers, bro, and just got racial with the situation.
George Lopez.
We agree with you on that part.
And this little fool in the black shirt, he laughing. He little tranny lover, bro.
What I'm saying is,
he was messing with a
skipping the real issues. You niggas so
George Lopez. Can I call you little baby?
Listen,
okay,
listen to me.
Go ahead.
Listen to me, George Lopez.
Go ahead, little baby.
Shut up while I call ice on you.
Go ahead, little baby.
Call ice on your mom.
Go ahead, little baby.
She said, shut up before I call ice on you. That's racist as hell, homie. because his family probably went through some shit with ICE, homie. His family probably went through some shit. He got relatives. So she's making a joke out of that shit, homie. That's not cool at all. You know what? I see, homie, the hypocritical shit with these dudes, and now they start laughing. They think that shit is funny. That's not cool whatsoever, homie, because racist shit, bro, the racist shit is thrown out the window. That shit at 2025 is thrown out the window, bro. We are living in a new year. That's the dumbest shit to fucking focus in on, homie. And you would think with all the shit that's taken place over the years and decades, millenniums, bro, you would think that these would be the first fools not to be racial, bro. But it always comes down, homie. There's always some underlining, homie, you know.
Now, what I'm trying to say to you, is y'all want to skip over the real goddamn issue. You know what I'm talking about? Y'all are really goddamn me skipping over the issue. Yeah. What?
It wasn't right.
Listen, I'm talking. I don't care about that.
I'm not gonna lie.
I don't care about being right. Don't like me.
Dress retwisted.
Don't like me.
I tell you to go get your dress retwisted.
I don't give a.
Oh yeah, say that. Motherfucker.
Party. I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know.
Can I tell you something back now?
I don't give a about none of that. I'm not in the chat. I don't give a fuck about none of that. George Lopez.
That's fine. Go get your braids retwisted. Go get your braids retwisted. I'm talking. They're coming apart. Go get your braids retwisted. How you gonna come on no jumper? You're gonna come on no jumper and not have your braids retwisted. You're probably wearing the same socks from yesterday. You even got socks on?
And he's still just doing a humble.
Change your socks.
He's still just being humble, talking about dirty ass socks.
I'm gonna chill out because I got homeboys that's Mexican.
Shut up. Nobody cares about that. Homegirl, you just disrespected the whole
But I'm saying your hair like a white boy hair, Mexican. You a white boy Mexican. You don't count. You don't count. You don't even look like you can swim.
No responsibility.
You don't even look like you can swim, Mexican. You don't even look like you can swim.
Damn, see.
Come here.
I just find that hypocritical, bro, that all these people was crying about how other fools was disrespecting the black culture and disrespecting, you know, black folks, bro. And these are the same fools that cry constantly about race situations, homie. And they're doing the same thing that they're crying about, homie. And there's no responsibility because ain't nobody even talking about this shit. Ain't nobody really even talking about this shit on TikTok, social media. But there's no uproar. And I find that shit just funny because one side can do some shit, bro. They could disrespect in this aspect, homie. But when it's something that they think that's disrespectful from anything else, bro, they have a problem with that shit. They start calling everybody. They just start calling it, and they blow shit out of proportion. Some of these people that focus in on this shit. You got to take responsibility, like the homie Ben said. There's no responsibility. They need to take responsibility, and she needs to take responsibility and apologize, homie. Because you're disrespecting your friends at this point. You're disrespecting your friends at this point, homie. The friends that you're saying that you have Mexican ties to, you're disrespecting their whole culture, bro. And I'm like me. I mess with everybody. I don't care who it is, bro. I don't see skin color, homie. I don't see skin color, but I'm not going to sit back and think this is funny, homie. This is not funny, bro. Because if he got disrespectful and said some disrespectful stuff, they would have an uproar, homie, and every platform would be saying something about this and talking about this shit. It kind of irks me, homie, because it's just hypocritical, bro. It's hypocritical.
Don't touch that fake
ain't nothing fake over here, little boy.
Hollow ass
ain't
jewelry.
Nothing, you po ass.
You got some hollow ass
Mexican.
Your jewelry's
goddamn me.
Your
come fix my
hollow.
roof.
Your jewelry's hollow.
Bitch, come cut my yard.
Damn. Fix my roof and cut my yard, homie. So if you know what I'm saying? Like if he was to scoop to the level of this broad and said, hey, you should go pick some cotton or some shit, bro. You should go pick some cotton, homie. Your dad was if he would have said some shit like that, bro, or he starts talking about, you know what I'm saying, kids not being taken care of by their fathers, a black man. I mean, they would have actually got on this dude so much, bro. And it would be the talk of the town, but nobody's even talking about this shit besides fools that watch this. I don't see no fools talking about this shit on podcasts. And if he gets to tripping, bro, and he really trips off of her, all of these fools are going to jump to the side of this broad, homie, because of the fact, homie, they're gonna think that they're obligated. I think that shit is bullshit. I think that they are irresponsible. That's why I can't stand this show, homie.
Julie's Get an Uber and tell this motherfucker to drop him off at Home Depot. Drop him off at Home Depot.
Let's weigh your jewelry. Let's weigh your jewelry. Can we weigh your jewelry?
Home Depot.
Let's weigh it. Oh, that's hollow. That shit sounds fake. That shit sounds fake. I'm not gonna lie. That shit sounds fake. That shit sounds fake. That shit sounds fake. Retwist your jacket.
Hold the phone, boy. Retwist those. Uber to send him back to Home Depot.
Retwist those locks. But before you send me anywhere, retwist those locks.
The Mexicans gonna be mad at you, white boy Mexican.
Yeah, she's a goofy. You're 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 a goofy.
Who's taking that as disrespect, bro? You know what I'm saying? It's like,
Come on, Jack.
Only if you was a biological man. Acting, or is this really going down?
Come on, chill.
Only if you're a biological.
Chill.
you know, I don't know, bro. Because we living in a time, bro, where everything could be took offensively, bro. Everything. I see it all the time. There's always some shit about race. I get tired of it strictly. Like, I get tired of that shit. I get tired of everything being about race, right? I get tired of it, bro. Like, everything I turn on, even on TikTok to YouTube, everybody's talking about people disrespecting race. They like, look at the shit that's going on at TikTok, bro. They had a commercial with the white girl, and because she has blue eyes, it's racist, bro. Like, that shit is so played out, homie. That shit is so played out. But it be the same folks that be crying about that shit, because the real ones don't focus in on that shit, homie. I know real ass fools from every ethnic group and every race. They don't focus in on that shit. They love the writers for who they are, homie. Like, if you a real person, it doesn't matter about your skin color, bro. If you a real person, I could mess with you, white, black, Asian, anybody, homie. But I get tired of fucking hearing about this shit. But then when it happens and you see it first, when you see a first glance of it from certain situations, ain't nobody calling that shit out. Ain't nobody even mad, homie. They shouldn't even air this shit, because a lot of people took offense to it from the Mexican community, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you this is a California. See, what y'all don't understand, this is a California-based podcast, right? California, it's like in the West Coast. And them fools had racial tensions for years, homie. Racial tensions, where they're trying to get back to having certain relationships with each other, bro. And certain neighborhoods had dropped the whole situation with war and all kinds of shit, homie. But when you got this, you pushing motherfuckers in a corner, homie. And it's not right. That shit is not right whatsoever, homie, to be disrespecting somebody over their ethic and their race, bro. That shit's lame. There's more stuff in this world that we should be focusing in on as people, homie. You know, she acting way too mad. Yeah, bro, like, real talk. If she gets slept by a dude, that's her problem, bro. I seen fools trying to throw an excuse for that broad's behavior, homie. In the comment section, I seen people trying to throw a blind eye to her behavior. She was totally in the wrong, homie. She was totally in the wrong. And the fool Dub spoke up on it, bro. Like, they were tripping. They were tripping on the little essay fool for saying some shit when he said he was 13, 14 years old. And they blew that shit out of proportion, saying that fool's racist as hell. They were going in on that fool. And he was 13 years old, and they still were basically teeing in on him. And he's a grown-ass man now. He's an adult. And they didn't look at the bigger picture either, is that the fool he was tripping on got racist with that fool also. They were both in the wrong. They were both in the wrong for that shit. And their hoods beef in Compton. So it's like they have them type of wars, bro. They don't get along. The black community and the Mexican community don't get along out there. So they got very much hatred for each other. You know what I'm saying? See, and that's one thing I'm actually proud about the box state. The box state, we don't really have them situations. We don't have them issues. Yes, the older generation had different aspects where they didn't mess with each other, but it was never just hatred, homie. You know what I'm saying? It was never just pure hatred. Like, we could coexist. The projects we're on from, black families, Mexicano families. Nobody was even tripping on that shit, bro. Because you were from the projects, you were family from the projects. When I see this shit like this, bro, and all the shit that they already had to tie in and fucking, you know what I'm saying, wowed in together, and then you see this shit, bro, that shit takes steps back, homie. It's not a good look. It's not a good look, because first and foremost, when you look at this shit, homie, any Mexicano, especially like from California, first and foremost, they're already going against some of the beliefs of like the older Mexicano community, bro. There was a separation for a long time. So this fool, you know what I'm saying? He's probably going against his own judgment and saying, hey, should I do this to even be on No Jumper? And even the little other dude, because of stuff like this, bro. You know what I'm saying? And they think that shit is hilarious. It's not hilarious, because if fools take that shit disrespectful and a war pops off behind these kind of activities, now it's gonna be these fools are tripping over some racial shit. They'll switch the narrative, homie, to act like there's a racial war, because everybody wants to see that shit. What they should have did is they should have not even aired that shit. They should have stopped the show, homie, and they should have said that she was in the wrong. She couldn't be on the show. She should have got disciplined for that shit. You know what I'm saying? And you would think a dyke, a lesbian, homie, the shit that she's been through for years, homie, for years. You would think all the persecution of homosexuals and fruits, right, and dykes and homosexuals. She would be the first person to understand you just can't disrespect people, homie. You just can't disrespect people. But nah, she got roasted and she felt some type of way, homie, and went straight to the race card, bro. What up, Big Jess? Small high school, my brother. She got roasted. He said her socks were dirty, bro. You know what I'm saying? He's just roasting. And she went straight to go to Home Depot and this, bro. Like, I feel like at this aspect, bro, like they just want to see people actually be tripping with each other, homie. I feel like that's what they want. They love that content. That's why I just don't try to support it. I just seen this shit, bro, and I thought it was disgusting, homie, because these are the same fools that were mad about Genesis and all that fools, OT fool from Texas, basically how he speaks. They were pissed about that shit. They were pissed about P-Face. They were pissed about what he said when he was younger, homie, and still holding the old boy accountability, still holding him accountable when it comes to this dyke, this confused ass person that don't know if she wants to be, she literally don't know she's a woman. She thinks she's a man. And she went straight to disrespect the little Mexican fool, bro. For no reason. No, it was uncalled for. And all them fools that thought that shit was funny, the one that thought it was really funny, the white dude, he has no room to talk because he's confused. He has an identity crisis all the way. He from East Coast, bro, and he said something that they gave him the keys to the Crips, and he messes with the trannies, bro. So he has no room to even freaking laugh at all. Like, he shouldn't even be on there. Little homosexual fucking fruitcake, bro. And then you got all these other fools. There was one dude I seen was solid. And he said, hey, bro, like, you're uncalled for that shit. But all them other fools thought that shit was a big old circus and thought that was entertaining. Now, let me ask everybody how confused and disrespectful. For real, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, they didn't even have no real serious situations go, bro. Now, let me ask everybody if the shoe was on the other foot, bro, and he got on some racial shit, they would have had an uproar, bro. They would have had an uproar, and you would hear everybody talking about this shit. Every podcast, every YouTube channel would have been talking about this shit, but it was a stud. And they're trying to actually just maybe like cater to her. Nobody's talking about this shit, bro. Full of weirdos, my homie Jess. Full of weirdos. You know, I'm gonna say this, bro. I'm gonna say this. I'm not trying to, you know what I'm saying? I just thought, bro, since I haven't seen nobody really talking about it and nobody's blowing this shit out of proportion, and the little fool did get he did get disrespected. He has a right to be mad. The Mexicanos have a right to be mad over that shit. Definitely, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because he didn't do nothing to actually get that treatment. And being his shoes, I'm happy that there was somebody else in there that actually rode for the little dude, bro. I'm actually somebody stepped up because they know none of them fools stepped up. You know what I'm saying? That was irresponsible on their behalf for me. Irresponsible. Well, it's kind of the rundown. I'm not going to play it again, but the rundown is, my homie, is that they were roasting each other, and he started talking about her dirty ass socks, and he started talking about her chains. But what she really got pissed about, Jess, was that he said that she really couldn't be a father of any sort. That, you know what I'm saying? Like, she's a female pretty much. And that's what she really got mad. And then all of a sudden she started calling him George Lopez and drop him off on Home Depot and come fix the roof. You know what I'm saying? Out of nowhere, bro. Out of nowhere. And I just kind of find it hypocritical that all these fools was crying about. They were tripping on the little fool P face, homie. He's a Sureño. He's a Sureño, my homie. And he said some shit when he was 13. Yeah, he got racist. Definitely, he did. He was tripping with some black fool from his neck of the woods because the black fool got disrespectful with him. But everybody cut out the black fool getting disrespectful on some racial shit towards that little fool. No, it doesn't give him a right. I'm not saying that whatsoever. I wish everybody would just get past this race shit, right? But they both got racist with each other, and you got to put it in perspective. He was 13, 14 years old. This is when he was a kid. He's a grown-ass man now. So they try to bring that shit up after the shit happened with the A-Tray fool, Jefe. They try to bring it up, and they try to crucify the little SA fool for what he did when he was 13. He's trying to do his part and basically go out of his way to say, hey, I'm not racist, bro. That was something I did when I was young. You know what I'm saying? His neighborhood that he's from beefs with the Crips in Compton. They got war. They're at war right now. They don't get along. His neighborhood, I think, beefs with Santana Block Compton Crips. So, of course, they got that over the year history of going to war also. And they were tripping. No Jumper was tripping. Every podcast I seen talking about that shit. And they were mad about that shit, saying he was a racist. Not only that, they were tripping off the fool from Texas for using the N-word, which we all know how it is. Like, we know how it is. I think it's hella ratchet for you to have that in your vocabulary, every word, homie. And that's what they do. That's just how they talk in Texas. You got to get a different vocabulary, bro. Like, leave that shit alone, whatever. But he told them, and this is how phony them fools were in the podcast. He told them fools, you ain't gonna do shit about it, homie. What are you gonna do about it? And none of them fool should have, as soon as he said that, they should have got off on that fool. And somebody should have called that fool out for the fade, but nah, they tucked their tails between their legs and then wanted to crucify the dude for saying it. I think them fools are some phony ass fools. But everybody wanted to talk about this shit. Everybody was tripping. Everybody was tripping about that. But when this happens, and it's the on the other foot, and somebody's disrespecting the Mexican fool, ain't nobody even talking about this shit. Ain't nobody talking about this shit, bro. And it's like, you can't be hypocritical. You guys were the ones that were crying, but then you're allowing this bullshit when honestly we trying to wow the relations between Mexicanos and the black communities, bro. Because we all go through fucking poverty, bro. We're all fucking we're like literally, bro, we're all fucking the same boats, homie. Everybody's going through some type of fucking fools crucifying us, homie. So all this shit, like, and this is, and you know, what up, my homie Mo? How you doing, brother? You know this as well as I do, especially in California, homie. These fools been at war. Certain neighborhoods been at war, and it's turned racial, homie. And a lot of the top heads are tired of that shit and trying to actually have more of a peaceful environments, bro. And this type of shit just raids, like literally just sets off fires, bro. Because if these fools, the Mexican community that rides with that little fool, if they get to tripping, it's gonna be on some total different things, bro. And it's just gonna set a whole war off, homie, over this bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know, homie. I just thought I had to speak up on that shit because it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, homie. It's like, damn, fool, why you gotta go racial, homie? Why you gotta start disrespecting Mexicanos, bro? Why you gotta like put that out there? Yeah, they're hard fucking working people, homie. They work on roofs. They do a lot of good landscaping, homie. But they work. Them fools try to get their money. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no reason to disrespect. Take it and hit with the low blow, bro. If it was the other way around, it would have been definitely, bro. And see, the riders understand that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, the riders understand that. They should have stopped that shit. They shouldn't even put this shit out there, bro. The real ones should have been like, hey, you're out of pocket, homie. You're out of pocket, because they're all on a podcast together, bro. And there was only one person I heard. He tried to stop the whole thing. He's like, you're out of pocket for that shit. So shout out to him. Salute to that dude, bro. Salute to him, homie. You know what I'm saying? But the rest of them fools, the other little tranny lover, the white boy, he's just trying to be in the mix. He's trying to be accepted, so he gets to laugh. And you got the other fool, almighty suspect, already got roasted off the show. He thinks it's funny. Like, you ain't even supposed to be there, homie, because all you fools is fraudulent. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, bro, yeah, homie, there's bad individuals from every aspect, homie. And I just think that she is totally in the wrong, because she's been persecuted for being gay probably her whole life, bro. She's been persecuted, homie. People have been disrespecting the gay community, and you know what I'm saying? And she should know better more than anybody, homie. You know, like, yeah, she was trash for that shit, bro. She was trash for that shit. I felt bad for the little Mexicano fool. You know what I'm saying? I felt bad for him, you know, because I promise you, I've seen it, homie. Like, when you're backed against the wall, and that's how I feel he was. His back was against the wall. And if he got to tripping, I think all them fools would have jumped on that fool's helmet. If he really just got to disrespecting no girl, and he disrespected her, just started calling her a bitch and all this, bro, like, all them fools would have tried to actually probably get on that fool's helmet. And if he remotely said anything that had anything, even clowning, just roasting, and he basically he says anything that sounds like it's remotely racist, oh, they would have been tripping on this dude. They would have painted this dude out to be a big ass racist all across YouTube. Everybody would have been talking about this, and they would have said that this fool was racist. They would have overlooked what she said, and they would have actually just like started really trying to paint that little dude out to being a racist. I could see it in his eyes, my brother, my brody. For real. I just, I try to speak up for the right aspect, bro. Because I think, honestly, to be truthful, homie, to be 100%, and I don't really care who really likes it or not, bro. I get tired of everything being racial, bro. I wish we just all could coexist. And people are like, bro, it's just, but it's, it's like that shit gets played out, homie. I get tired of that shit. I get tired of opening TikTok and everything's about racial shit. And it's like, bro, y'all motherfuckers be focusing in on that way too much when there's all kinds of fucking shit going on in this world, homie. Some crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? We have a fucking pandemic of fucking drugs fucking up everybody's community. Excuse my language, bro. We got a lot of the spiritual aspect going around this earth, and it's just a spiritual aspect all across the world, and everybody's just still just tripping off this shit, man. So those are my words. What up with y'all up, man? I just thought I'd holler at this, speak on this shit just a tad bit. It just kind of it came across my little thing, and I was like, damn, homie, did they really just start tripping? Did they really start just going in? Did they really start just talking about this? And I seen the whole clip. I'm like, damn, bro. I'm like, damn. She should be DP. She should be DP. The gay community should DP her ass. Violations. Bink, 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 bink. But nah, that's what's up, Rotters. Mall High salute. Mall High salute. We got football tonight. Back at it like a crack addict. Yeah, they need to sit her ass down and take her off the show. Why is she even on that show, bro? What does she bring? Is there anything that she brings to the show? Like, I don't know. Is she new? She's new to that show. Is there anything she brings that's even conducive to the show? Which that show is just trash all the way around. You know, it's a lame ass show, bro. If you can actually sell your wife that you married, homie, into a game show full of just fools trying to have sex with her, and give your wife away to Lovejoy, the fool that got the reputation for being the most aggressive porn star in the world, and this is who you gonna let smash your wife? Yeah, No Jumper's crazy, bro. And I want to put it past old boy, the allegation of him being suspect, because he in a Babylon, bro. That fool don't care about nothing. He don't have he ain't a man that fears God and whatsoever, bro. He's lost. His soul's lost. He'll sell his daughter into prostitution. And the fools that go on here, we always talk about this on the show. I'm gonna get a hold of Hooray. We'll probably have a show tonight. The fools that love to be on this show, bro, they are kind of the same individuals that this dude is. Do anything for clicks and money, homie. You know? And this goes to show you all the way around how far these fools will go for clicks and attention. I just can't do it, man. And she said she straight went. George Lopez, that's a why you go all the way and just fully just try to get activated with that? Hell no. If you guys want to chime in on this, bro, and say anything, I would like to hear somebody's perspective. Am I tripping on that? Am I actually tripping on it? Am I taking it too far and overlooking this whole situation? I think I'm actually justified to feel that way. I think a lot of people that were mad about that were justified to feel that way. Because we, like, to be honest, homie, we come a long way, especially with Mexicanos and black folks, right? Fools came a long way, homie. And I know a lot of people that actually nowadays in 2025, they're more prone to actually mess with each other. They're more prone to actually function with each other. We never had that problem in Denver, Colorado, homie. I'm proud of the box state. I'm proud of that. And if you want to separate that shit, I'm proud of the Denver Metro, East Side Denver, homie. East Side Denver. I'm proud that we never had them situations, bro. I'm proud that the projects were above that shit. Because you know why? The projects, we felt like that was the homeland, bro. And we all went through the same struggle: poverty, low income. Your best friends was the people that you lived around, homie. You know? I'm proud we never caught on that wave to just hate each other because of the skin color. For real, to be truthful, to be 100, I guess maybe I didn't see that shit till I went to the penitentiary. Any type of racial aspect. I didn't see none of that shit till I went to the penitentiary. Then you started seeing a little bit of the racial. But even in the penitentiary, homie, I know a lot of people like to act like it was something different than it was. Is that in Colorado DOC, and I know people might get mad at this because they want to paint this narrative, but there was never a racial war the whole time I was down, bro. So if that doesn't show you that in the box state, we never focused on that. Even on the prison yards, homie, fools was not tripping over the racial aspect where they would push a war. It was more gangbanging than anything out here. More gangbanging. The gangbangers ran the yards. You know what I'm saying? So it was like, I said, damn, homie. But who knows? Now it might have changed. DOC might have changed. Now, if you guys got any info on that aspect, y'all let me know. Because the whole time, and I did 7+, bro, I never seen a racial aspect, a racial war, homie, like you hear maybe in the land in California. You know, I'm bringing up cold hard facts. I seen, you know, you talk, you know, there's an aspect where they say, hey, bro, you can't do that on the prison yard. I seen white Crips. I seen white Bloods, Mexican Crips, Mexican Bloods. I seen black Sudanos, black North Side. So anybody that ever told you that, I think they just be trying to throw cables on that shit. Cali different though. Go racial groups. Yeah, not definitely. They got a lot of racial groups. Definitely. Out here in Colorado, I done heard people say that shit. I done heard people try to say, hey, yeah, there's a racial, like when you get to the yard, you know what I'm saying? It's a racial thing. Nah, bro. Like, to be honest, 100%, that's not the truth when I was doing time. And ain't nobody ever got eliminated off a yard for riding with their neighborhood. Ain't nobody, you know? But that's the difference with the box state and other aspects. Now, I heard that, you know, it changed over the years since I've been doing time, you know, but never seen that whatsoever. I never seen that whatsoever. I never in my whole time doing prison time, bro, have I ever been under a wreck because who I ride with. Ain't nobody ever tried to press that aspect that I was when I was doing time on me whatsoever. You know, now gangbanger was a totally different monster, because you might have enemies that roll up to the yard, you know. And this is one thing that I never understood too. This was one thing that I never understood. In saying that 100%, that's why I never understood fools that hit the yard and they would be banging their whole life, homie. They would be banging their whole life a certain neighborhood. They might be like a Mexican Blood or a Mexican Crip or a white Blood or a white Crip. They go to DOC in Colorado, and once they hit the compound, then all of a sudden, that fools are banging a whole different politic. A whole different politic. Because they made it out that they couldn't do that shit. That's not the truth whatsoever. I call that being kind of scared of the surroundings. I call that you can't stand on your two, and it was never in you from the get-go. That's what I call that. They hit the compound and they switched up. Like, damn, fool, didn't you used to be a Blood on the streets? Or didn't you used to be a Crip on the streets? And now you're riding with the G's? You're riding with the Paisas? You're riding with Al PP? What? What part of the gang culture is that? What kind of part of politicking is that? And whoever was around you and whoever's around you, they was some lames for letting that shit slide. But there was a lot of that shit going on. Or, you know, they started riding with the 211s. Fools that used to be Don Moves, white boy Bloods, started riding with the 211s. And it's like, damn, fool, you was pushing Don Moo on the streets. Oh, you know how it is. Nah, I don't know how it is. We don't talk the same language, bro. We don't talk the same language. Because you, in the aspect of in the gang culture and the life, bro, you either gonna go full throttle with it, homie. There's no half stepping in that aspect, bro. And that's what I feel like a lot of fools kind of just never got their shoelaces right. You know? Call it what you want. That's what it is. Cali different. They got my racial groups. But then again, homie, I know some solid fools that were on the level 4s, homie, that rocked with it in California too. You know? 100%. So yeah, that's what that is, man. All high salute to y'all. I'm just chilling, bro. I just thought I'd chop it up. I'm relaxing over here, homie. I seen many fools that I knew from the streets, bro, hit the compounds, and I don't know, somebody got in their heads, and then you just see them on the yard, and you're like, damn, fool, that's not what you were pushing in the streets, and now you're pushing this politic on the yard, homie. You didn't keep it thorough to yourself. You didn't have enough heart to keep it thorough to yourself. You're pushing a whole different program now when you're on that yard. You know, I always just looked at that shit like, damn, homie, that's kind of weird. That's kind of weird. Because you wasn't really truthful to yourself, and now you're pushing something you don't even know about. That's not your politics, homie. But yeah, nah, that's what's up, Rodders. All right, well, I'm gonna tap out, man. I'm just chilling today. I hope you guys are good, man. If you guys hello, who's this? Oh, I thought somebody was hopping on. How you guys feel about that, man? Y'all feel that whole situation with the no jumper? How you guys feeling about that? Yeah, we got football today, Shy. Definitely. It was just like, to be honest, it was just like to be 100, bro. It was just like, when I think about that too, you know, I knew a lot of solid ass, you know, North Side fools and North Daniels on the streets. And when the situation was happening, bro, and the Sureños was pushing the line and trying to eliminate every North Daniel off the yard, I seen many different situations where the North could have actually, you know what I'm saying, put something together to combat that shit. But they hit the compound, homie, and them Sureños was tripping. And then you just seen like some of them fools, some of them, not all of them. You see that some of them fools just kind of just like turn into something that they really weren't. Like, bro, you was riding on the streets, so y'all need to be up here pushing that program that you were on the streets in here. But it's a different beast, because when you hit them compounds, you can't run from the enemigos. You can't run from who you got static with. I seen a fool that I knew straight from Northern Cali, bro, that just dropped as soon as he got to the yard out here, and them Sureños was tripping, and he didn't see he had any comrades on the yard, bro. He just eliminated himself out of trying to actually politic and program, and he got rushed for that shit, man. He got rushed for that shit. But if he would have kept it true and kept that same energy, he would have been okay. He would have survived that aspect. But you know, he seen what it was. His back was against the wall, and he couldn't run from his problems. He couldn't run from them issues. But that's why you got to know what you sign up for. You got to know what you're doing. But that goes on a lot of people that are teaching. You know, there was a lot more teachers when I was growing up, also lacing the shoelaces right, homie, and kind of running down what you're signing up for. Not just putting somebody on a gang, homie, and not giving the rules and regulations. Because if you don't know the rules and regulations, bro, you don't get yourself in a wreck. Them rules and regulations been eliminated, though. The code's been eliminated, homie. You know? And that's why you got situations like FBP and basically putting it out there on the situation where, you know, we seen it. That's why you have them situations, bro, because nobody laced the shoelaces right, homie. You know? It was an honor back in the day, homie, to take knowledge from your big homies. Your big homies spoke, and you took knowledge from that shit. It was an honor, homie, to actually absorb what the big homies were saying. Nowadays, nobody gonna take any type of knowledge because everybody knows the most. Everybody thinks that they know the most and the best aspect to do things. You know, I think she was in the wrong about it. Yeah, no, definitely she was in the wrong, homie. Like, yeah, I try to keep it 100, my bro. When they say this, homie, and I really just think about this, King. I think about this shit, fool. The last of a dying breed. A last of a dying breed, homie. You know? It was like there's no honor in anything people do nowadays, bro. There's no honor. People don't hold with morals or values. People are just doing shit to do it. You know? People are lost 2025, bro. That's why this era is just so watered down, bro. It's not even amusing. I look at what it's become, homie, and I'm so glad that I just stay away. I'm so glad I stay away, bro. Because half of even my homies and the people that I know, I'm disappointed in how they conduct their show. Disappointed. It makes my stomach turn. And I think about that shit and I'm like, hey, bro, I'm glad I realized it. I'm 100% glad I realized it. Because if I kept going down the road that I was going, bro, I would have died to some bullshit. I would have died off of somebody else's bullshit because my heart was right first, ask questions later. That was how I got down. If the homies were in the shit, I didn't give a fuck about what caused it. I just knew that the homies was into some shit, putting fools before myself. Would have been doing time over the homies in the turf, bro. Life sentences. I would have been on that prison yard, homie, doing time for somebody else's bullshit. And you know what that would have led to? You know what that would have led to? Is everybody would have forgot on the streets about the work and the shit you did to carry the flame on the back. I would have been doing the prison time, and these fools would have been out here doing what they do, forgetting about the loc on the yard, forgetting about the homie that put his life on the risk for the turf, penitentiary risk. And my name would have just been wavered in the clouds, homie. Or I would have got killed behind somebody else's bullshit. There's been many times, bro, I rode over some bullshit. There's been many times that my loyalty to the turf and people, it made me ride over some bullshit that was not even, I shouldn't even been riding for, but it's just my heart. My heart played into that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I'm glad that I actually realized that shit. Call me a sellout, call me whatever you want, but you can't call me a bitch. For real. You can't call that. You can't say anything about the Sev, homie, ducking anything. There ain't no colors in the closet when it comes over here. You know what I'm saying? Real shit. I kept it 100, kept it 10 toes on that yard, homie, with myself, by myself, and even the ones that were supposed to be closest. If you wanted to war, we could war. I done caught fades with the backyard and the organization many times, homie, because ain't nobody was going to conduct and make me a different person. You know what I'm saying? I came in cripping. I stayed on that yard cripping. It didn't matter if the whole world was against me. There ain't, like I said, there ain't no colors in the closet. You will never hear smut on Savage Sev's name, bro. You know? These young bulls need a OG like you. At least you truly give a fuck. I do, man, because I get tired of all the crazy shit that I see out there, man. Especially even because I got younger relatives, bro. I got younger cousins, and you know, and they go through the bullshit. This new generation, it's like they're so magnetic to that shit, man. And I'm 40 years old now, bro. I'm 40 years old. And I was thinking about this 2 days ago, homie. I literally had a good ass job. This is the shit that fucks me up, bro. I had a good ass job, bro. And they let me go again, homie. You know why? Because with my background and the shit I did, bro, with my background, I have to settle for these low-end jobs. I have to settle, homie, because of my background. So meaning they can utilize you till they want and they could just let you go, homie. And that's what comes with the life. Because once you got a background and once you got a mentality and once you live a certain way, it's hard to break away from that shit. It's hard to get a step to be successful. So, you know, it don't just come with the aspect of just doing prison and losing people. Like your mentality is fucked up. My mentality will forever be a struggle, homie. You know? So yeah, man, Mall High salute. Mall High salute to everybody, bro. Everybody that's still striving. Everybody that's still trying to make it, be successful, homie. Everybody. Because I look at these fools trying to, I look at and I said this before, bro, and we went off to a whole different subject. I said this before, homie. This is the realest shit. You can do everything for the hood, right? To the youngsters that are trying to be a part of something, homie. You could do everything right for the hood. You could be the most loyalist, authentic individuals. There's going to be a time when the hood will betray you. There's going to be a time when you get the shit end of the stick because of the hood. And it doesn't even matter how much you did for the neighborhood. It doesn't matter in the end, homie. Like you can have all the respect. That doesn't pay off in life. That doesn't pay off in life. That's why the fools that had the respect, a lot of them fools got killed by their own, bro. By their own little homies. They got snitched on by their own homies. You know? But hey, shout out to you guys, man. Shout out to the family. Hey JS, what's up, my brother?
What up, Seb?
Oh man, we just chilling, bro. We just relaxing today, drinking some coffee.
Yeah, I could dig it. Hey, that DYKE was out of pocket. I listened to that whole video just now, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah,
he didn't have to escalate that shit to that point. Like, it looked like they were starting off with the dozens, and then she just took it a whole nother direction.
Yeah, and she just want to be heard, bro. She one of them people that just wanted to be heard. She wanted to make a big ass scene for people to start laughing. She got people to laugh. You know what I'm saying? Definitely.
Yeah,
she got people to laugh. You know.
Yeah, she was just trying to get a rise out of people, and you know, like Mo said, she don't represent the black community. Like that was ridiculous.
No, and the real ones are always gonna pick up on that shit. Like you're dumb, you're an idiot for that shit. You know what I'm saying? The real ones, right. they always gonna call that shit out. You know, it's just like
she got upset because old boy was like, "Yeah, you can't be a father." I just said her like them studs is a trip, like
a trip, my homie, a trip. You know,
you'll never be able to you'll never produce a child like that.
It's not, and that's the truth. That's just cold hard facts, bro. Like it's not, you know, like in your mind you could think you're a dude and you think you could be a stepfather, but no, bro, you're not. You're like you can't produce that,
right?
You know?
You're supposed to give birth, not the
yeah, 100%, bro. You know, my thing is I think about it, homie, and I honestly be looking at the room and the environments, bro, and it's just like she would be the first person to actually like be the voice of like, yeah, we're getting persecuted for this aspect and point out any little thing that has to do with racial thing, and she's the most racist. She tried to get the most racist. It's like, damn, homie, you're weird. You're weird for that.
He wasn't even talking about her race or ethnicity, none of that. She just took it to that level because she was losing. Yeah. She was losing, so she thought, oh, I'll get a one up if I say, hey.
You can always tell when somebody thinks that they lost something, bro, because they'll try to hit below the bow with some shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know? And I think I think because I said, like what I was saying, homie, like to be truthful, to be 100%, the shit that them fools like they've been going through for years, especially in California, homie, between Mexicanos and black folks, it's like, bro, you would think they would try to keep that shit away, but no jumper. They just want to feed off the negativity of the poorer people, bro, and they love that shit.
Yeah, they love to instigate and the exacerbate shit that don't need to be instigated or exaggerated. Like, it's bad enough there's already all that racial tension going on over there, and they just sitting up there turning it up to the max and laughing about it. Like, people done lost their lives behind this.
Yeah, bro, it's not a game. It's really not a game. I mean, fools be playing with that shit, you know. It's like, yeah, they got over a lot of war, bro. Like, them fools was killing each other off for that war that popped off, especially with Florencia and the East Coast Crips. They were tripping, bro. They were. If you look bald headed, homie, and you were a Mexican, you were getting shot. Some of them Coast Cripples was tripping. If you had braids and you were fucking white shirt and you were a black dude, you were getting shot on spot. But them fools just hated each other, you know. So when you have a format like that, I think it's the responsibility of people to put out rules and regulations to that and be like, bro, we don't bring that type of shit up. But no jumper just seems to like get off on that shit. That's why they bring up gang warfare. They love to see young people be at war with each other, bro. You know, yeah. You know, and it's I think that shit is just lame, bro. I really do. I think that shit was lame.
Especially when it was uncalled for. Like, we didn't have to go to that level. Like, it'd be one thing if he had said some racist ass shit to her.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you damn being or whatever.
Yeah, nah, for real.
But
like the full OT we were talking about from Texas, and he basically what he was saying is what he felt, right? And he went out and ain't nobody in this room gonna do anything about it. Like, he should have got packed out for that shit. You're dumb for saying that, bro. You know, you trying to involve yourself in some lingo that really, honestly, bro, really just like, you shouldn't even be fucking thinking that's your identity, because at this point you think that's your identity, homie. And then when fools are telling you, homie, like, bro, you know what I'm saying? You need, why you think you could use that aspect of lingo, bro? And then you telling them, homie, yeah, I'm gonna do what I want. Ain't nobody gonna trip. You needed to get packed out.
Right. You know? Immediately. That's why.
Immediately.
I was like, if I was in that room, he would have got packed out. Like, there's no giving with that shit. Like, that was just very disrespectful. And he was just like, yeah, what y'all gonna do about it? Like,
like, bro, you getting packed out by the whole room at this point. Right. And you're in the wrong for doing that shit, bro, because you caused that. Like, you were not even cool about what you said. You were doing it aggressive. Like, ain't nobody gonna do anything in here. So it's like, come on, bro. You know? And I'm gonna be 100, bro. Like, I know a lot of people try to argue with me about this. When I was younger, right? When I was younger, homie, older gente, homie, they literally try to keep everything under like the Mexican shit, bro, right? They try to push that shit. They have pride. There was a lot of pride. That's the thing, is, bro. The old gente Mexicanos, they had pride. They love their culture, bro. They loved it, right? And we used to, like, I'm from the projects, bro, and our lingo used to be East Side, so we had a tendency to fucking talk certain ways. Project babies just did that shit. But everybody in the city of Denver, from the west side to the north to the south, they all had a problem with how the East Side, especially Mexicano families in the East Side, we grew up off that shit.
Right.
And everybody else, bro, my cousins, uncles, bro, they be like, why you talk like that? So there was a problem. I know people say, you know what I'm saying? There was a problem with the older generation. My older uncles, bro, they didn't like how we talked. But now everybody talks like that. And firsthand, bro, like when I was doing time, right? Fools talk how we talk amongst each other, the Lokes and the Keyways.
Yeah.
I seen older fools that were like more science, bro, that were like about lifting up the community, the black community. They tripped off the younger black fools for saying using that link, bro. So, you know, it's like that made me kind of see shit in a different manner.
Yeah, the older black community don't like that shit. Because they
So
remember.
when I seen them fools checking the younger fools, I'm like, okay, they see it's a deeper aspect. You know what I'm saying?
When that word was used, it was violence that it was attached to it. The Ku Klux Klan used to say that right before they firebombed or burnt the cross on a black family's lawn. So there's definitely historical pain that came with that word.
Yeah. Now everybody uses and this was the craziest shit, bro. Because like I said, the projects just use that lingo, like all the people from the project, and you know what I'm saying? It's just, you know, like I said it before, ain't nobody ever in the projects ever put it out there like, you know what I'm saying, it was ever disrespectful or this is the wrong way to speak and this and that. Like it was normal. But when I started hearing the essays from California use it, Sureños, I'm like, we are in a total different time frame in 2025. It's so different, bro. Because back in the day, they would have killed their little homies for doing that shit.
Right. Well, remember, Sam, I told you I got stabbed up by Sureños.
Yeah.
They kept saying was nigger. We gonna kill you, nigger, and all that. And I was like, what? Like, because up until that point, I had a good relationship with the Chicanos on the West Side.
Yeah.
Because I went to West High School, so I was around them like a lot. So I didn't have no issue with them until that point. And I was like, even back in high school, I remember checking some of them fools like, you shouldn't be saying that word. Like, why are y'all saying that word? Like, we're not going around calling each other beaner and all.
Yeah. Nah, for real. Yeah, dress like yeah, I mean that's, and I mean 2025. It's just a whole different feel, bro. It's a whole different aspect of people, different things, bro. Like I don't know. That's why like 2025 for me, I just stay away, bro. Because like even shit like this, just it puts me in a bad mood, homie. Because like where motherfuckers have like fought to actually have relationships with each other. So like when I look at that, bro, he's going against his own judgment because his people would say, don't be messing with a podcast full of fools that might potentially disrespect you. But he's already saying, hey, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm gonna fuck with everybody. So when this happens, homie, it pushes him in a corner to have resentment. And it pushes him to be like, oh, fuck that shit, bro. Like nobody even came to my aid either. Like, hey, stop it. Because if I get mad and I disrespect, you know what I'm saying? Like they're going to take it some type of way and they might all jump on me. And then it's going to turn into something else. So, that's the thing about it is, bro. It's like he was pushing the corner and I fell for the little dude because I already know if they rocking with her more, they'll potentially get at homie over it. You know what I'm saying? Even if she's in the wrong. So it's like, and he like when I see fools like that, like Lefty Gunplay, their morals and what they were brought up, it still has them traits of different things, but they're trying to go out their way to see how they can conduct themselves and try to be more non-hateful than their older people. They're trying to actually have a relationship and build them gaps. But shit like this, the Mexicans might be like, fuck them fools, bro. We you know what I'm saying? Fuck these dudes, bro. Like, fuck no jumper. We'll pull up over there. And it's just like, damn, that's uncalled for shit, bro. That's uncalled for. Right. You're always gonna have a toxic person in environments that want to take it extreme and say, fuck them fools. Now we're on some racial shit, and they're just gonna have another fucking war over some shit that happened on YouTube. You know what I'm saying?
Right. We just had old boy get killed behind some YouTube shit in Las Vegas.
My bro. And I think it got amped up to being racial shit too. They made that out to being racial.
Mm-hmm.
He said, I'm Mexican. Some people say I dress. I mean, you dress how you dress, my bro. Like, you mess with everybody, man. That's one thing I could say. Like, you always could tell an authentic person, bro, if they mess with who they mess with.
Right.
It's not our fault that we didn't have that. Like, for me, we didn't have the SA culture, bro. That's the bottom line.
On the east side, there was no
SA. Even the Odies, bro. There was Odies that literally had family members that were black folks, and we were all just east side. That separated us from, because the east side babies, everybody from the east side, they had this aura, and even the west side and north side and south side, bro, they literally were different. They were different than everybody else in Denver.
Premise trolling the chat. You talking about white power? If you don't go somewhere with that madness.
I mean, that's played out so much, bro. They got that shit crumbled so much. You can't even say that because there's no power really when it comes to that type of white power. That's just like the gang white power. That's like the bottom of the food chain. Like, I'm not trying to be disrespectful in that manner, but like they're at the bottom of the food chain when it comes to any organization aspect, gang aspect and all. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I think this fool's actually a Mexican dude, bro, or he might be that fool from Utah. Yeah, hey, if you get kicked out of the chat from the moderators, bro, you made them.
I'll be right back.
Oh, you're good. You know, but yeah, bro, that's just that, homie. Like I just seen this and I was like, man, that was a crazy aspect to come across, but it doesn't put it past. it goes on, bro. You know, it goes on. I'm glad that I have some good ass homies from every different culture, bro, that literally sees past that shit, some authentic. And that's how you know when a motherfucker will call out the bullshit and it doesn't matter who it offends, that's how you know you got a real one on your hands, bro. You know, you got a real one on your hands. So shout out to all the real ones. That's the same show that we did every week. Oh, that's that dude. Yeah, that's that crazy aspect right there. Big George, if you feel like he gets disrespectful in any way, like in the future or anything, bro, you're more than welcome to put him in timeout. Yeah, you're more than welcome. Like that's one thing about the mods, they'll snipe your ass, bro, and then I'll hear about it. Why you let your mods do that? No, you did that to yourself. You did that to yourself. You put yourself in punishment. You got yourself banned. You know? You got yourself kicked out of the platform. Nobody did it but yourself. You laid your bed, now you got to sleep. That's the bottom line.
You made that choice. Now you made your bed, like you said, you got to lay in that mud.
And to be real, he's probably not even that. He's just trying to cause a controversy for talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for real, bro. Like, you know, that's why I appreciate the real ones, bro. The ones that really call it out, because you don't have a lot of people. Everybody's just so scared to offend somebody, bro. You know. I can't, hey, Jess, I can't even get I could never be on solid ground. I'm like, I take an L if I don't, I take an L if I do, because I have people call me racist before. And then I have people call me try to be black. That's what they say. So I'm either racist or I try to be black. There's no middle ground for me. You know what I'm saying?
You're a product of your environment.
Yeah, bro.
Just like me, so.
Because I see it like this, homie. And I'll let you chime in on this. Like, say I'm from the East Side, right? I'm straight East Side baby, I'm generational, and I go to prison. And my whole life, bro, I put it down for the keyways, right? I'm from a specific neighborhood, and that's what I do. I got enemigos from the opposites, and I got a track record with other fools. And I go to prison, and I know you from the streets. And then I'm in the penitentiary, and it's years, and I come in, and they call me Joker from fucking Southside. Fucking Pine Street, homie. And you're like, fool, that's that fool Sev. I knew him his whole life. How are you gonna look at that shit, bro?
They're gonna be like, hey, he gonna have to pick a side. Like,
but knowing me, and we have relationships our whole life, and we're homies.
You're gonna ride with the Crips.
And you see me on the yard, ain't you gonna look at that shit like fraudulent, bro? Like, what? He's an essay now, and now he's acting like he can't mess with me and talk with me on the yard. That shit's so weird to me, bro.
Yeah, that's exactly how I would look at it. Like, what the hell?
Yeah, because then it just shows, bro, you didn't keep it authentic to yourself. That's not you.
Mm-hmm.
I seen that shit a lot on prison, bro. I knew these fools from the streets, and then all of a sudden they're riding with a whole different car because they couldn't take the pressure of prison.
Didn't that happen to old boy FOP? What is his name? FOP?
I think so. Yep, I think it did, bro. I did. I think that's absolutely true.
He was running around here saying nigga, and then he got up in the pen and
whack
the essay.
Yeah, that's just lame. Because like that's the thing about it is, bro, when I knew what was coming to me, like when I hit the yard, because I got uncles, and they would try to tell me this. They would try to say, when you hit that compound, you might not be banging that no more. So that made me actually have a hatred towards that feeling towards me. So when I hit that compound, I kept it thoroughbred all the way around from myself, because knowing myself, if I would have switched up on who I was, I would have been disgusted. I wouldn't have been able to last with myself.
Right.
It would have been, you know.
I remember you telling us that they was like calling you like a race trader, like, oh, you.
Yeah, they did. A lot of people do that shit, especially like if you're Mexicano, bro, and you keep it thorough to the revolution or even Damu. The fools will say that they're race traders. And this is why I say this too, because like with our situation, bro, you don't have all the black homies that are gonna actually get behind you either. So you're fighting a total war against fools that don't like you for being a race trader. And then when the black homies act like kind of distant, it's like they show that they're not with you or monetized. So it was always a war between that and but it still did persuade me to actually join anything else. I kept girls to cripping. I'll crip alone because that's just me. And I got into it with the Lokes too over it, because I was not gonna take bad influences and try to follow your suit and try to be under you, homie. Like, I'm a G from mine, homie. And that's how I felt. So some of the Lokes didn't like that persona, but it is what it is. And I got packed out. I'm not gonna lie about that. I got packed out from the homies and you know, but it still never took the cripping out of me. I still hit that compound with pride. And you know, that's why I say there's no smut on my name, because there was many times, like even with the G's, bro, I could have actually probably messed with the G's multiple times after shit happened with the Lokes, and I still was like, nah, it's crip over here, homie. I ain't got, you know, and that's just how it was. I mean, you know. But you have a lot of fools I know that banged Mexicanos, bro. They hit that prison and they see what it is. They're like, fuck, homie, I'm in a pod with the enemies. Now what do I do? And if the fools are tripping, like most people, they don't really have that heart to go to war with the whole fucking group. They're like, nah, fool, I'm cool off this shit. But you got to know what you signed up for, bro. That's why, like, leave that shit alone. You know, leave that shit alone.
Right. Stay where don't have nothing to do with it. Because it's not what it has to be. It's not the rules and regs out the window. The code is out the window. Like, Muggs is not loyal no more.
Nah,
ain't passing down the game. Ain't lacing the youngsters with the game no more. It's all fucked up. So if you can't just stay away from it altogether.
Nah, that's what we try to preach to the youngsters. You know, that's what we try to preach to the youngsters. It's like, it's a cold shot, bro, because it's not all about being the party Crips and Damus and North and South Side. Like, it's deeper than that, bro. When you hit the shit and it's in your face and it's like shit in the fan, you either gonna fold, bro, or you just gonna take on a lot of traumas. And that's my part. That's my problem, bro. Is I got traumas in my fucking life, homie. And that's what people don't understand. The mentality aspect of your mind, it fucks you up mental wise, bro. I don't think I'll ever be able to be a civilian, bro, and feel comfortable in this world and not watching surroundings when I go out. I'm just like, who the fuck is this coming up the block? Or have anxiety, homie. I have anxiety where I go, homie, because of just war and trauma and PTSD, bro. Right. Not no cap. You know, I'm always on edge, homie, because I've just been in so much shit. That's the most messed up thing, is when your mental's not there. When your mental's not there, or being at a job site and you think somebody disrespects you, and you are being a fool that just presses lines and being a front liner, bro. Like, you gonna trip on your boss? Hell yeah, I've done it. I've done it multiple times, and you can't do that in the real world. But my mentality is like that, bro. I could go, I could be nice, and I could blow up in 5.2 seconds, you know? So it's you know, youngsters, man, you gotta understand, this is not a game. It's just not the lifestyle, it's the mental effects that you have after, you know?
Right. If you survive it, yep.
That's why a lot of youngsters, man, take heed to that shit, because, you know, these are living examples in situations you see with your own eye, bro. Fools are still here to tell about their testimonies, bro. You know, testimonies, walking testimonies, to be honest.
Right.
You know, but Nah, that's what's up, man. Yeah, that's cool, bro. That you chimed in, man, and let it be known on your behalf, like how you see the situation.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, because I was like, what? When I seen the title, I was like, huh? I'm like, is this a
what is he talking about right now?
Yeah. So I clicked on it. I'm like, huh?
But see that okay, and that just goes to show you right there, bro. Is it happened? Nobody even really put the shine on it like other topics. It was just something that happened. If you watched it, you watched it, but you didn't even know about it. But other topics, you would have heard about it first hand. But this shit was just like, okay, somebody, you know what I'm saying? And I think it's hypocritical by that platform to just fucking. They thought that shit was like they shouldn't even aired it, homie. To be honest, I think that fool should have took it off the air. Like, nah, we're not putting this shit out. But they no Adam 22 seems like he likes to put out anything, bro. You know,
put out whatever just to get clicks and views.
Just to get clicks and views, my bro. To be 100. It's like, bro, that's so irresponsible. Irresponsible. You guys are irresponsible over there. And then they got the dude. See, that's what I'm saying is like, bro, that waifu that was in the black shirt.
Yeah,
he's from the East Coast, bro. He's that dude that was on No Jumper, and he was supposed to be from the East Coast, and he was a Crip from like 60s, he says. But he's on a full-on podcast saying that he had the transgender.
Oh, hell no. That's the one.
That's the one, and he's the one that's laughing over here. Like, bro, you, there's nothing you could say, bro. Your ass is the scum of the world, bro. Because you actually just were like, yeah, I love this transgender, and this Crip still. I'm like,
hell no, you making Crip.
How does the Lokes on there even allow him to even be on that platform still, bro? That's weird. What part of the game is that? 2025, bro.
Okay, Crip on there too. Like, this shit make gangbang look super garbage. I see why.
Garbage. I mean, garbage. It does. And then we get called out of towners, bro. And out of towners, it's like, bro, this is the heart of politicking, and y'all are letting shit slide. So when fools talk about this now, stay out of our business. It's like, bro, you guys are mocking the culture that fools are catching prison time for, and fools are losing homies behind, and fools are literally on the yards surviving with the culture. It's like, y'all got the game watered down, bro.
Right.
You know?
Yep.
That shit's incredibly weird.
That's why I avoid that shit like the play. I don't fuck with No Jumper.
Yeah, I seen that shit come on. I seen that shit come on my feed, homie. I stopped watching No Jumper a lot, like after the shit happened with his wife, and he did that shit to his wife. But
God, yeah.
I seen the full dub this YouTuber talking about that shit too, and he was saying basically they were all over the little Mexican fool for using the racial when he was younger, but they're letting this shit slide, you know.
Yeah, that was uncalled for.
Damn, if he would have saw it, what if he just got to punching on her? He got to punching on old girl, bro.
They would have been like, this is a hate crime.
A hate crime. But she was and then we have fools in there. It was like, you should let a girl just win every argument. That's what the comments were saying. Something was like, hey, yeah, it was not that racist.
Place. She put herself in a man's place.
Man's place, bro.
So whatever happened to her, that's what happened to her.
I mean, she got mad for him saying that she couldn't be a father, that she'll be a stepmom, and she got pissed about that.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
like most does, they get mad when you tell them that. You'll never be a dude.
What's wrong with this life, bro? What's
wrong
with this life?
They think they can be a Brittany Griner. A Brittany Griner. Oh, I can have a baby. No, you don't ever be a daddy.
Yeah, you gotta just that's the crazy part of this world, bro. We have so many people want to be something that they're not.
Right.
And I get it, bro. And I guess when it comes to that, and I guess this might get little people irritated, but it is what it is. It's like when they were not pushing that agenda so much down everybody's throat, and they were like really not trying to make that the center of the topic in this world. Nobody even tripped off that shit. Nobody, everybody was like, all right, well, live your life. I'm gonna go to your pride, and you know, and that was not enough.
No,
that was not enough. They wanted to be seen.
Out in the open. They wanted seen. They wanted
to be seen. They wanted to change days and put it into what fits their narrative, and that now you have actual people saying men can get pregnant, and they're trying, you know,
so bad they don't even say mom and dad. No, they say birther person. Like, what the hell? Like, no, that's my mom. They said, no, that's your birther. What? No, that's my mom. Like, what the fuck? Yeah, this shit is wild as hell, and them Democrats is really doing that shit. Heavy.
Yeah, and like I said, bro, I'm gonna be real, homie. To be honest, like, I don't know if like certain things, a lot of stuff affects us with politics, but I think honestly, sometimes it's so far down the road that we don't even see like the results because everybody's like patient with shit, and I'm like, that shit drained me, homie. Politics drained me. I don't think I'll ever be so involved with that shit because that shit just drained the hell out of me, bro. I don't think my energy level just.
Yeah, you know, I haven't ran for office myself. I can contest to it. It's very draining.
Yeah. It's like, damn, bro. And then fools really be so intertwined with that shit, bro. Like that's like a lot of them fools that be like they got their passion invested, homie. That's what they do all the time. That's what they do 24/7. Like I'll be on TikTok, bro, and some people just hate each other. People just be hating each other nowadays, bro. Just a lot of hatred for the smallest things.
Yep.
You know, there's people that are literally telling fools, like there's women that were telling because of feminism or whatever it's called that they should they were talking about plotting and putting poison in dudes' food and drinks. It's like, damn, bro, we living in a crazy ass time frame, fool.
Yeah.
You can't even go work out nowadays without saying your toxic masculinity.
Yeah, man, what the hell?
Damn, I'm getting persecuted. They call me a KKK because I wanted to work out. That's what they were saying. They said anybody that works out, you're on the level of a KKK.
Wow.
Damn.
Oh.
Let's be real though. Most people that say that, bro, are some fools that got low testosterone. They got no testosterone in their body, so they feel some type of way, you know. And then the women, a lot of the women out there, bro, they tripping off of every aspect. Like, bro, this fool, he looked in my direction, so he's trying to SA me.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, bro. You know, it's like, come on, Radas.
World times we living in, sir.
I never thought we were gonna get to this point, bro. I really didn't. You know. Really didn't. Have you been staying on have you been staying up on that fool Stu Boy Blue? It's the Rolling 60 fool that he started tripping on that fool Adam 22 about Nipsey.
Oh no, what happened?
He's off a fan though. That fool be smoking meth. You know.
Oh no.
I guess some Inglewood family female that was a troll got him to like do all kinds of weird shit off of meth, bro, and basically they exposed on that fool right now, and he's not even denying it though. He's not denying it, bro. And I think about a lot of it, homie. I think about if you got into the colors of people's closets, like, and seen what they really are, there probably a lot of that shit going on, bro. Like weird shit, you know. A lot of weird shit out there.
Yep. Stay away from them blues. Stay away from that meth. Stay away from drugs altogether, youngsters. Don't do it.
Yeah, that shit's crazy. What you got going on today, fam?
Yeah, today I'm just chilling. It's Thursday. Let's see.
Yeah.
I'm just chilling. I might go see my lady later.
Nice. Yeah, I'm relaxing too, bro. They like I said, they literally let me go from that warehouse job. So
Oh, they did?
They let me go, bro. And they literally got done with their contract. It was like, yeah, we don't have too much more work, so we're gonna let you go on a good tip. I'm like, does that even make sense? You're gonna let me go on the good tip? What the hell?
Can you send me a referral to somewhere else?
For real. So you know what, homie? I'm not even like whatever comes the way, homie. I'm gonna jump on it, homie. But I'm so tired of all these aspects of jobs, homie.
Yeah.
But what I was saying before, like when you put yourself in a situation with a bad record, you have to kind of settle for. You got to kind of settle for what comes your way, you know. Settle for what comes your way, man. Like you get them jobs that are nitty gritty that nobody wants to work.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
that's the mark of a felon.
But everybody wants them reputations, fool.
Yeah, but they don't want the consequences that come with it.
Nah. They want the reputation of being a writer, right? And that's overrated, homie. It's overrated because even the most respected gangsters, bro, they get the dirtiest done to them. Getting killed, snitched on, going to do prison time for a life sentence, and then pretty much everybody forgets about them. Everybody on the streets forget about it, and then you hear, oh, this fool slept with your baby's mom, and he was bad about you. So all the respect you get from the turf, it basically just a smoke and mirror type shit, bro. Because those are the fools that get killed and do time for the hours.
Yep. Facts. He said, why do we continue to promote Mexican as a race? It's a country. Yeah, it's a country. It's definitely a country. And what was his name? Are you familiar with Felix Torina?
No, I never heard of him.
He was the head of LULAC, which is the oldest Latino organization in the United States.
Yeah.
In the 1930s, he opted out of Mexican being a race on the census.
Okay, that's cool. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, rice and hamburger. Oh, I'm about to go with you. Okay, yeah, we'll go. We're gonna go. So my bad. What was it? So they basically said on that podcast. It's a podcast.
No, not podcast. The LULAC.
Okay.
Organization and civil rights organization in the country. They opted out of Mexican being considered a race on the census.
Okay. So what's like the whole gist of the argument? Pretty much like Latinos.
Yeah, basically they're white. They identify with whiteness, Blanco.
Damn, bro, it's so deep. It's so deep when it comes to like the borderlines of this and who identifies as this, because like there's people that say that the Latinos, right? If we're not going to use the Mexican, that they're like the Black Hebrewites, like they're the chosen of people, and it's just like, damn, fool, like it's deep when people get, hey, hold on, oh, what's up? Shout out to the fam, man. Shout out to the homie Momo. He was a solid innocent, bro. That's my rider right there. One of them real ones. And when I talk about a real innocent, bro, he got rushed by the Sudanos in Buena Vista to stick his ground, bro. The Sudanos rushed him like 20-7. I mean, 20-7. Momo, he was getting it, bro. So hey, shout out to your husband. Gorilla pride to my nutty right there, bro. Big Momo, bro. Like, it's a lot of respect for that man, homie. Tell him Seb sends his love and respect, you know. Oh, he's in Crowley? Damn. Oh, damn. Hold on. Hey, I don't know about that last part, but how did they press that shit? They tried to house him. Okay. I got misconstrued on the words. Yeah. None of that. Like I know my boy Mobo, man. He would have cut that shit short. Like, nah, that's not what we're doing.
Right. But
So
right,
when
I throw on my 2 cents on you. I know you got to go.
Yeah, in a little minute. I'm gonna stay on here for a quick more minute, but hey, salute to you, brother. Salute to you, my bro. And this weekend, if you don't have nothing to do, Saturday, bro, we're doing the tailgate at the stadium. Homie, pull up. Starts at 2:30 for the Broncos season.
Who we playing?
Arizona. So like we're building. So like with the BCFFL and the Bronco gang, bro, we're building a new wave of this coming up season, bro. We're gonna have a lot of functions, like a lot of stuff going on. You know what I'm saying with the game. So all the Bronco gang members. There was at least like 500 people that pulled up to that Bronco gang weekend.
Nice.
So yeah, it was cool, bro.
I had to a concert the night before, so I wasn't able to.
Yeah, no, it's all good. You know what it is. We got the whole season, bro. But if you got anything to do on Saturday, it starts at like 2:30. We're gonna be up there barbecuing, come get some food. All my Bronco country, you know what it is. Let's go.
Okay, let's go, Broncos.
Hey, anything else you want to say to the community before you go?
Man, avoid no jumper like the plague.
For real though. Nah, for real. Yeah, we don't do them, bro. Weirdos.
Right. Marks.
Hey, Adam 22, you should just get your head beat in, bro, for letting your wife get slaughtered by horseman Lovejoy. He slaughtered that bra, fool.
He did.
That's terrible. Out of every porn star, that's the fool that you chose to actually let your wife sleep with. What?
She'll never be right again.
Never be right. And she's never going to be thinking about Adam 22. It's going to be all Lovejoy. She wants to do more scenes, bro. All right. For refusing to lock down, he said. Yeah, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, not for sure. Not like at the time when we were doing time on the yard together, there was fools was tripping, like, and the Sudanos was tripping, but Momo, he held his ground. Like now I hear a lot of now, bro, there's no politics with the North and the Sudanos at all. They are coexisting on the yards. I don't know any of that because that's like alienated language to me because when I hit the compound, the North, NORTE and NORTH, both had issues with the Sudanos. Sudanos were trying to push their power, bro. And there was a handful of solid Northsiders from Denver, homie, Northside Denver, that just were with the activities, homie. Shout out to the real ones, you know. Hey, send my love to Momo, man. I miss my gorilla. That's what he always used to hear me too. What up, gorilla? What up, Woden? What up, Woden?
Yeah.
But yeah, there is though. For sure. I was learning all the new lingos to it too. They're like, you're a black Hebrew. You should join the black Hebrews. I'm like, bro, I'm a Christian. I'm a Christian, fool. Yeah, but that's God's chosen people. Well, I don't know at this point if I could go and jump onto the black Hebrew lights.
They'll accept you.
They would too. Now they would, homie. They be tripping though, bro. But see, I'm not a racial individual, bro. Like I'm not a fool that hates races because I always look like who the person is. I got white homies that are solid as hell. One of my closest is a white homie, and he's solid as fuck.
Yeah.
So I can't just be like, I hate white folks. I can't stand because there's bad and good in every aspect, bro. To be honest, to me, and that's just kind of how I see it, you know.
Supremacists. I can't stand white supremacists.
Yeah, that's a concept. But the one, you know, the ones I'm gonna be real with you, Jess. The ones that I can't stand is the ones that are racist and then they'll smile on your face. Them are the lames, homie, that will be racist on here, come on here and say some racial shit, but knowing damn well if they in the sight of anybody that's a cutter, they are just gonna be like, oh, you're my homie, bro. I respect the fool that's just 100% racist and just let you know like what that's what I respect that more.
Yeah.
You know?
Me too. I like it out in the open. If you that, let that be known. Don't smile on my face and then behind my back.
Yeah.
You're like what? And
Yeah.
I put it to the test because I live with these mugs. I live with these mugs, especially when I was like in Boulder and shit. They talk about how liberal and how colorblind they was. I got the mugs, man. They try to send a whole damn police department on me in them.
Hey, that's some of them. So to that point, right? Them dudes that you're talking about, those are the dudes that they always felt like they were oppressed by everything. So now they have something to actually let their voices be heard. So they take it extreme, like it's Black Power or it's Black, the movements, right? They do that shit, and knowing damn well, homie, them are the first fools that don't like. They're not comfortable around anybody but them. You know what I'm saying? They get uncomfortable, like
they're not.
You can always tell when it's just an act, and their actors actually trying too hard. Also, it's like chill out, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's them fools you're talking about, the liberal aspect, bro. They'd be the first ones that will do that shit on the fucking internet and say some racial ass shit, racist ass shit. But then be like, oh, you're my best homie. They're the ones that be like, oh, I got a black friend.
Yeah, I got black friends. I'm not racist.
You can always tell when it's just somebody that's just bingos with everybody, bro. It's somebody that's just comfortable. You know what I'm saying? Like, you could be around anybody and be comfortable, bro, because you see deep. It's more deeper than that shit, homie. The whole time nothing makes sense coming out of her. Nah, for real though. Nah, real shit. Real shit.
He said there's Black Latinos. Yes, there are Black Latinos. And Mexico just started classifying them in 2015, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. So that's another aspect of why there shouldn't actually be separation between the people in these neighborhoods, because it's like we all, like, regardless of what people, everybody going through some poverty, bro. We all in this fucking melting pot, which the rich are getting richer, and we're just basically trying to survive, homie.
Yep.
There's no reason why in this world, homie, there should be homeless and the poverty level it is, bro, when there's billions of dollars, bro. I shouldn't be, as a person that works, I shouldn't be living in this fucking slumlord apartment complex with all these fucking third world country people. There's people all in my apartment complex that are third world country, fool. I shouldn't be living like that.
Yeah.
And not to mention, homie, they get the aid from the people. Like, I can't get no aid, bro. Like, they're not gonna give me any aid. I gotta work for everything, homie. And these fools can go to the Jeffco Action Center and go get money for their rent, bro. And they ain't gotta work. So it's like
consider before
wild, homie. That's just mind blowing to me. We try to get some aid from somewhere. They were like, no, we don't have no funding. But they got people that have 10 people in one house over here, bro, and they're all from third world countries. I'm like, damn, I see what's going on.
Right. They prioritizing them over us.
Yeah, that's just wild, fool. That's just wild. I said, damn, homie, how's downstairs? We got it, because we got some Middle Easterns downstairs, bro. They literally have like 10 people in the house just living there. And they looking at me like I'm crazy because I got a German Shepherd Kita, bro. They don't like the dog. They're like, in our country, we don't fuck with the dogs. You know what I'm saying? Like, real shit. They kind of like look down on dogs, but I got a big ass German Shepherd Akita, homie. I'll be walking through the middle of shit like, y'all gonna have to love the dog, bro. Don't be looking at us like we got a puppy, bro.
Yeah,
it's big, but yeah, homie, that's the family, homie. You trip on my dog, I'm tripping on all you guys.
Right.
That shit's hilarious, fool. Yeah, nah, that's crazy, bro. That's like this shit right here. I think in 2025, I would think it would have been like, it was some shit that would have been erased, but people still just be tripping over everything like people do.
Yeah.
How do you really feel about that? You think how do you feel about them like situation? You think like 2025 shit should have been erased, like the racial aspect, bro? Or how you feel?
I feel we under a system of racism and white supremacy, and there's 9 areas of human activity that we're under control of: economics, entertainment, education, labor, law, politics, sex, war, and religion. So I feel that we all need to be actively working to replace that system with a system of justice, which guarantees that nobody's mistreated by the color of their skin. And those that need the most constructive help get it in a constructive manner. That's what I live by.
For sure. And I mean, that's that, to simplify that up. I mean, that shouldn't, that like at 2025, that shouldn't even be hard, bro. That people make a lot of that shit just hard, homie. Like, and 2025, I can't even believe half of the times, bro, when I turn on these things and everybody's just divided, bro. And I'm like, it's 2025, bro. Like, what are we tripping, you know? What? Oh, you got to go back to work? All right. Is it cooking still? Okay, I'll be right there. Yeah, so I don't know, fool. I met people from good aspects of every walk of life from me, you know. I think people I think a lot of people at times too, bro, like not even just with race, with different things, religion and all that. I think people instead of like logically thinking, I think people's emotions get too caught up in everything.
Right.
Because it's even with sports, bro. I say I'm a Bronco fan, and you're gonna have people like go off the topic of Broncos fan and disrespecting, like, homie, if you were in Oakland, I fucking saw you up. Like, damn, bro. Like, damn, why do we have to go all the way out there?
Right.
Damn, Garrett Bowles just got hurt.
Damn. That's not good.
Oh my gosh, come on, bro. Shy be coming all. See, Shy be coming with the craziest news, man.
Yeah, you do. Shout out to Shy. My high salute. But I'm gonna let you go, Sab. I gotta go too.
Salute, brother. You already know my homie. Mall high salute. Have a good day.
Okay, you too.
All right, my homies. I'm gonna tap out for the time being. I hope everybody's good, man. Mall high salute. Yeah, we'll get on it. I'm gonna see if the homie Hooray wanna tap in tonight for the show. I didn't get a chance to talk to that fool last night. I literally was doing something late, but hey, you guys have a blessed rest of your Thursday. I'm gonna get at you guys, man. Time to go to the gym, but my high salute. Let's go.